Raja Jackson finally arrested for brutal attack from Hella Yasin. Okay. So, I actually forgot about this shit. I'm not gonna lie, with the whole Raja Jackson situation. That shit was wild, bro. That nigga's cooked, bro. Go to jail, bro. You crazy, bro. But shit, let's see what this is talking about. Let's see what's going
What's
on.
poppin', y'all? Raja Jackson, the
He got
son
arrested.
of Rampage Jackson,
Yup.
former UFC fighter, has
He was
finally
clobbering
been
that nigga shit in.
arrested for the incident that
Chill.
happened nearly a month ago at a wrestling event. Now, this situation started prior to the situation. Raja Jackson was sparring, and he's streaming as well, had been streaming, and he got head kicked really hard. He wobbled a little bit, and he was concussed from it. And during that time, while he was recovering from the concussion, he was out and about streaming. He finds himself at this wrestling event, and at the wrestling event, someone comes up to him, and this guy, Psycho Stu with the big beard, and he hits him on the head with a empty beer can. And then after that, he gets really angry. Raja Jackson gets really angry, and people break it up, and Psycho Stu apologizes.
Like 3 times. He apologized 3 fucking times. 3 fucking times. Who yapping? You here right now? Yeah, I love you. Oh, come here, baby. How you doing? What you doing? How you doing? You okay? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm in the middle of something right now. Yeah, I love you. Ah, my fucking hand. I love you. My baby. Come on, y'all. Sorry, man.
The wrestler that hit him with that, he thought he was part of the set, or he thought he was part of what was going on. They tell Raja Jackson that he's allowed to go in the ring and get his get back. They're like, yo, you can get your get back. You're allowed to go in the ring and get your lick back. So he goes in the ring, and he takes the guy down, part of like a wrestling move, and he hits him, and he keeps hitting him, and he absolutely brutalizes him
over 20 times.
Rip him off of the guy, Psycho Stu. And that guy's older. He looks to be in his late 30s, maybe early 40s, maybe even mid 40s.
What makes it worse is that he did that shit when he wasn't even paying attention.
And the guy's teeth were not, people thought that he was dead, laid out dead. And Raja Jackson would be yelling and say, yeah, you know, like, people aren't going to mess with me. And he was recently arrested. The people weren't sure
nigga don't know how to control his fucking emotions, y'all.
People were hoping for this guy to survive, and he did. He got out, but he got arrested for a felony, on a felony charge, and it was $50,000 bond. So he's currently still behind bars, probably overnight. He'll most likely bond out today, by the time this video comes out. And
yeah, probably.
We're set to see what happens from here. I personally thought that he wouldn't be charged. I didn't think that Psycho Stu would press charges, but maybe it's the police that decided that from what the information that they gathered, they had enough to arrest him. And
that's a surprise, because usually, I mean, I thought this would take a whole lot longer, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. LA is pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie.
Charge him with something. We don't know his official charge yet. We just know that it's a felony, as reported by TMZ. And this has to be a really tough time for Raja Jackson. I know a lot of people don't feel any sympathy for him whatsoever and think he's just this brute that's out to kill. And like I said previously,
I don't think he like. Here's the thing though. I think like this nigga was holding in so much anger, bro, that once he let that shit loose, bro, it was GG's, bro. You know what I mean? He needs therapy for sure, bro. I hope he gets help.
Previous video, I don't think that's the case, because if he was just a impulsive brute, then immediately once he was hit over the head with that beer can, he would have just launched into violence.
It was
he would
premeditated.
not have taken time to process it. But his father had called him after he saw that clip, and his father, Rampage Jackson, was on the call with
that wasn't his dad.
With him, and telling him like, man, son, you're not gonna let people punk you like that. What's going on? So I think that really amped up Raja Jackson for him to go in there, and that's why it's really
nah. He was trolling. He was trolling. And I mean, here's the thing. I mean, yeah, it's part of it's his fault, but like with Rampage, I don't even. He didn't say anything like that though. He was just like, you know, you're surrounded by guys with panties on or some shit. Like, he was just messing with them. You know what I mean? He didn't say go beat their ass or some shit like that. Did he? I don't remember him saying that.
Sad when we would find out.
Yeah, this nigga Yassine yapping right now.
That Rampage Jackson had cut off Raja Jackson and was not speaking to him.
I heard about
this was
that.
on September 3rd. So
I heard
for
about
weeks, he
this.
would not speak to his own son when he's
Wow.
awaiting the hardest moment of his life. Now, he was already concussed. He brutalized that guy. He doesn't know if he's going to get arrested or not. The entire internet hates him. They hate him, and he brought out the worst of the internet. Like, he brought out racists, people that are white supremacists, and then, you can't imagine what they're calling him, the death threats that he...
Oh, my fucking goodness, bro.
He's receiving. So in an interview with Ariel Helwani, he asks Rampage Jackson about why he's not talking to his son, and I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Are you at all worried about his well-being?
Yeah, it's my son. I am worried about his well-being. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right, so why you asking me some stupid?
Well, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
My cat. Mufasa, what are you doing in there? She bugging in there.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to see my son do that. I also don't think I would cut my son off if he did that. So if you are worried about his well-being, why are you not talking to him?
Good point.
Because he dishonored my name, and
But he's still your son.
Hey, bro, he fucking with the family name, bro. Can't keep that nigga around, bro. Kick him to the curb, bro. I fucked up on this one. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I fucked up on this one. You know what I'm saying? I hope I don't make the same with the rest of my kids. You know what I mean? That boy ruined the family name, bro.
No, listen. I know he's my son. I'm not cutting him off for forever. I just haven't talked to him.
But this is the worst moment of his life. He needs you now more than ever.
No, listen. I talked to him after this happened, and he hid the fact that he did this shit. And he put my other kids at danger based off what the other people said. And I just can't talk to him right now. I just can't.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm never going to talk to him again. I just can't talk to him right now. I need some time. I'm dealing with his attorneys and all this, but I'm very disappointed in Roger. Like, yeah, I'm not a perfect parent, so I don't know what's the protocol to how much time you stop from talking to your son when he goes out there and hurt somebody. He put a guy in a hospital.
Rampage is certainly right to be disappointed in him, and I'm a little bit confused with the part where he says he tried to hide that he did that when we all saw it on video. I don't know how that could be hidden, but I
think he meant like he lied about why it happened.
I think he has, and he says like he really disappointed him and he dishonored his name, and I would understand if he distanced himself from it, but it's almost as if he was agitated to do that because you were disappointed in him when you called him for somebody playing with his...
That wasn't him on the fucking phone, dumbass nigga. It was his friend. It was the nigga with the cowboy hat. It was that nigga.
Name or disrespecting him and not to let people disrespect him. And that type of talk, especially from an authority figure that he looks up to, whether it could even be a coach. But in this case, it's his father who he likely idolizes. He looks at you as a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Many people
sure,
look at Rampage as a legend that are fighters.
It was not that nigga on the phone. It was his friend that was on the phone that he came with. Yeah.
That aren't even his son. So imagine you're his son as well. And then him getting cut off after that, I think that's got to be heartbreaking for Raja Jackson. And Rampage, he also wanted some accountability to be taken by Psycho Stu and the organizers. And I'm going to play you guys this clip right now.
Where would we be if Roger would have killed that man? Where would we be? Thank God Psycho Stu, pulled through. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I stopped listening to the attorneys. I got really upset with all the death threats and all this stuff. And I wanted Psycho Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him, and I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset. Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset with Psycho Stu because he didn't come out and say, "Oh, whoa, yeah, what Roger did was up," but he didn't sneak in the ring and do this. This staged. That's all he had to say to get some of these racist motherfuckers out of my DMs. Hey, he should.
I don't know. This nigga yapping. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, bro. He literally went up behind him and slammed him when he wasn't paying attention, bro. You know what I mean? Even if it was staged. I mean, I guess it was staged. Okay, let's say it was staged. He knew he was gonna go up there. He slammed him unconscious, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? How the fuck was he supposed to know he was coming out of nowhere like that, bro? He didn't know his son was gonna do that shit to him.
He's seeing all this
What the fuck?
how it blew up and stuff like that. He should at least said something.
Okay.
Take some accountability. Like honestly, none of everybody was wrong. Roger was the most wrong. Everybody was wrong, but none of this ever would have happened if Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a can that they was drinking beer out of, and then grabbed him by the neck, asked him to sell it. If that shit never happened, none of this never happened. And the promoters was wrong for putting an outsider inside a pro wrestling match. Everybody's wrong. The dumbest thing I ever seen. It was a nightmare.
I do think Rampage Jackson has a point here.
Yeah.
Now, what he's saying is that when this clip,
I get the stage part. I don't get the stage part. I get where he's coming from. Like it was staged. You know what I mean? Everybody knew his son was gonna go on the stage. But he didn't. That doesn't mean he was gonna. He knew he was gonna slam him unconscious, nigga.
Spreads around the internet, and the amount of hate that he's getting. And for Rampage Jackson, someone whose humor is quite insensitive, he is not somebody that gets triggered lightly. So for him to use the word that like, yo, these racist people are all up on my stuff and they're harassing me and my other kids,
like that
I believe that it's probably worse things than you could possibly imagine that are being said to him, and they're threatening him with, because the people that see the clip, they think that, oh, this guy just hopped out of his chair, went into the ring, and started wailing on the guy. And what Rampage is saying is like, yo, I would appreciate it if at least these guys said, no, we organized this as a skit. It was part of the show for him to go in. It just went a little bit too far. And that's the distinction that Rampage Jackson wants made. Psycho, and he's like, yo, Psycho Stu, if he had never hit my son over the head, this would have never happened either. And he is correct. Like this, this was a lot of series of mistakes that built up to this explosive moment that ruined a lot of people's lives and or reputations. However, Rampage was also extending an olive branch. Like Psycho Stu, he had teeth knocked out. That's how brutally Raja had been putting hands on him. And he had gotten out healthy and okay from the hospital.
Yeah, this nigga took them punches, bruh. He took over 20 punches, y'all. My cat is bugging the fuck out. She dancing in that bitch. She dancing in my closet right now.
Rampage had been collaborating, because Rampage has still been
dancing with the
this
rats.
entire time, which I can't imagine how difficult that is for him, because he's still got to be entertaining and put on a show for all of the people watching him whilst going through this, so he has to act out a lot more. But he's been collaborating with this dentist, this cosmetic dentist, and getting people's teeth fixed and stuff like that. And what he did is he wanted to cover the teeth for Psycho Stu. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Can I nominate an American to get his smile back? Yeah. His name is Psycho Stu. I pay for that out of my pocket.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I'm waiting for him to call me back.
Okay. Sure thing. Just let me know.
All right.
And it's unfortunate because the
at least he's
people
trying.
that had so much to say about Rampage Jackson and just want to label him and his
the people was like straight up just blaming his father for it. Like, bro, like, I mean, yeah, maybe he was a little rough on his son, but the nigga's a UFC trained fighter, bro. He can take a few punches, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's some bullshit, right? You know what I mean? He still takes care of him, you know what I mean? He might be disappointed. He has a right to distance himself, bro. Like, you know, he probably doesn't know what to say. And you know what I mean? Like, what father should have to deal with this, right? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, let's keep it a bean, but hey, at least he tried. Hey.
Son as these people that are uncivilized and can't like function in regular society, and they're violent and this and that. They're not going to talk about this. They're not going to spread this clip around.
Oh,
they're not
no.
going to show that Rampage actually feels bad about how this entire
most of the people who just saying shit like that are fucking losers. Like, let's be real, bro. Like, y'all spamming the same comments in the fucking chat, bro.
situation turned out, and so much so that he's not just jumping to his son's defense. Like, that's the easy thing for somebody to do. Like, my son was right, you were wrong, you shouldn't have done that, you would have known better. No, he's disappointed in his son, so much so that he cut his son off, which people disagree with that approach as well. But he's not going to sit there and say that that guy had no involvement in
that was a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. They could cut off his son. I mean, I know, like if he has a right to do that though, like
Dictating
you know
the
what I mean,
situation
like
and what eventually happened
if
to
he thinks
him
that's
from
best,
his
then
son,
what-
and the people
that's
at the
what's
event,
best, bro.
and the person that encouraged Roger Jackson to get in there and hit him if he wanted to get his get back for the situation. So I think unfortunately this just turned
yeah,
out
this
poorly.
dumbass nigga right here, this fucking retard on the fucking right here, bro.
But the part that I found really odd was when he said Roger Jackson should do some time. I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Okay.
All that, Roger, I think that he should do a little time, do a little community service, and go to anger management class, see some therapy.
Okay.
You know, that goes like some people said it was attempted murder and things like that. That's not a little
No.
time.
It wasn't attempted murder because he wasn't trying to kill that guy.
How do you know?
Because that's my son. I know my son. Roger wasn't trying to kill nobody. He wasn't trying to kill that. He wasn't trying to kill the guy. Roger probably didn't even know how bad he hurt that guy. He wasn't trying to kill that guy.
Yeah, that nigga he probably didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. After that first punch, that shit just went red, bro. Nigga turned into Kratos, you know what I mean? Start bashing nigga head in, bro.
You know, the problem
You know what I'm saying?
is everything got blown out of proportion and people thought that Roger snuck into the ring and did that. That's what the problem is. Like, you know, at this point, Roger was in the act as a pro wrestler, but he ain't no pro wrestler. The promoters had no reason putting my son in that ring. So, but it was no attempted murder.
I think that's a really tough thing to say as a.
You know, I mean, he knows his son more than we do. So, I mean, can we really criticize him for what he's saying? I mean, we don't know. We don't know if it obviously. What I saw that nigga was trying to murder him. I'm just gonna keep it a bean, man. He was gonna fuck him up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like the nigga was probably fueled by so much rage. He probably he didn't even know what he was doing after a certain point. Nigga really dead ass turned into Kratos, bro.
Father, and I think that's a really tougher thing to hear as his son. Because keep in mind, the only thing that he's hearing from his father, because he's not talking to him, is via social media. So he's hearing that he's got to do time and community service. This is a really hard situation because when I kind of don't want Roger Jackson to sit there and do time, but I'm thinking, yo, if Psycho Stu was very, very close to me, a close friend or family, would my emotions cause me to feel different about Roger Jackson doing time? And I think it would. That's why it's so hard for me to say.
He needs to do time, though. Like, there's no doubt. Like, you know what I mean?
Whether he deserves time or not. But the attempted murder that they were saying would potentially come down the pipeline did not happen. Ariel Helwani said, oh, like they're saying it's attempted murder. He's like, nah, it's not attempted murder because he just caught a felony. If it was attempted murder, we would have heard about it. So it's probably just like felony assault or something like that. Yeah. But it would be his first offense. I just wouldn't want the guy to have a criminal record because the guy's not a criminal. From what we've seen, he's 25 years old. If the guy was
that nigga has so much built up anger, bro. He just didn't know how to, you know what I mean?
A criminal, he would have had a criminal.
He don't know how to deal with his emotions. He is a fat ass baby, bro. Like that's just what he is, bro.
More of the record than the punishment. The way that I look at it.
I mean, let's just keep it a
doing a
bang.
little community service, I do think that makes sense. Anger management for sure because
when he needs therapy.
He gets angry. He really gets angry, and I think the way that his father looks at him has a lot to do with how angry he gets. But you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification.
Hey, bro. I mean, shit, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is, bro. Whatever happens, happens, y'all. We'll see what happens, bro. But I hope y'all have a good breakfast, a good dinner, and good night, man. I love y'all, man. Peace.